All right, everyone, welcome to Miz Hollywood. I know that it's been a while, but it's worth the wait. We have this, he is crazy. He's been hit with bear mace, put a balloon through his nose, flipped the car over. Like, this guy is insane. Please welcome Jukka from the Dudesons. Hey, what's up?
What up? What up? That sounds like a good resume.
I believe me, you could be able to get a job anywhere with that resume, couldn't you?
Yeah. I mean, I always have, for example, insurance company. I can walk into and say, "Oh, yeah, I can. I'm a specialist in animals. We've been chased by a tiger. I've been bitten by an alligator. I've been swimming with 20-foot pythons in my pool. I know this stuff. I know it all. It kind of hurts."
So I'm perfect to be your bank manager with all of these stunts that I've done. Well, I just want to know, one of the first questions, I was talking to a couple of my coworkers who are big fans of all your videos. They want to know, do you know how many times you've been hit in the nuts?
Oh, not that. But I know there's one crucial time, and that was early in the career when I put my testicles in a mouse trap.
Like, what the fuck? What are you thinking?
I'm getting nightmares. I'm getting like flashbacks of the pain, like when you feel like your belly is about to burst from the pain that you just got hit in the nuts. But that's something that, it's a muscle thing that it just comes out like every once in a while you walk and you do this and it just accidentally ends up hitting somebody in the nuts.
But it's like, it's going to be so painful. Why do you put yourself through the shit? I don't understand.
It's a part of, sometimes you gotta live the life and you gotta do the things you wanna do, and just sometimes you gotta go a little ridiculous, and sometimes you gotta do something stupid. I mean, overall, it's not about the pain. It's about living an inspiring life and doing your bucket list of things, like from, I wanna fly a plane. I wanna take a cartoony idea. I wanna do a backflip with a car. Or maybe it's, something like, I wanna build a bridge out of duct tape and see if I can walk over this thing. It's about getting these ingenious ideas that are all part of positive anarchy, and then do them in real life.
So,
but how more of a part of just a man thing.
I think it is a man thing, because you don't see a lot of these videos that women are doing on YouTube. Like, this is why men don't live as long, I think.
Well, in Finland, men live pretty long.
Because they aren't doing all this shit that you're doing. So, like, how do you come up with these ideas? Are you walking through, like, Staples or Office Depot and just being like, oh, look, it's duct tape. I wonder what we could do with this.
I think it's a process of, we want to take something and create something original and unique, something that you don't see. Like, for example, if you look at a tree and you look at people climbing into a tree, you go, wonder if you could do that butt first. And then you go upside down and you're trying to, like, really hard, and you end up falling down on your face. Like, it's that process of wanting to build something that people haven't seen before. That drives everything.
So does that come when you're dreaming? Do you think of things? Are you just, like, seeing things outside? Are you walking to the store and something just, like, clicks?
I think it's part of being an anarchist. It's like, it's built in. For example, when I walk through a toy store with my kids, I'm looking at all these toys and I'm thinking of ways that you should not use these. And that to me is a fun part. Or then you see something like a little mini catapult, and you're like, let's build that in real life and see how far we can shoot something like a human being.
It's just like, well, when you do all this stuff, what is the biggest injury that you have had?
I've had quite a few, but they're all, I can show you. Here's a human body. There's been some in the, I've walked away with pretty minor, small injuries. Like, I busted my tailbone, my ankle, my knee.
Yeah, but busting your tailbone's not some small injury. That's freaking painful, isn't it?
That's actually probably one of the most painful things I've ever done. I didn't sit for 2 months. And when I started sitting, I had to sit on a donut.
Oh.
But another painful thing I did, it was a little bit of an accident. We did a big stunt with pyros in it. and it blew up on my face, and just third-degree burns all over the place. That was really painful.
See, I've had 3 second-degree burns from the sun, like where my face is bubbled over and my shoulders and stuff. I can't even imagine what that feels like to you, because I know I felt like somebody was ripping my skin off piece by piece.
It's but you know, if you're gonna talk the talk, you gotta walk the walk. So sometimes, and being a young, this is the way I look at the injuries. Is if you're a motocross driver or snowboarder, you're gonna bust and do some. We're living the same professional athlete life, but we're not just professional. We think we got this and we go for it. But it's not like intentionally knowing that I'm gonna break a bone. You always have to have that feeling that I got this. And most of
because if you don't, you're gonna be super scared all the time, and you're never gonna do it. And then you'll probably end up with a worse injury if you really think about it.
Yeah, and I think if you're gonna live your life being afraid to do these things and walk out with a great story, you know, you're gonna live the safest life, and then you're gonna walk over the street and car's gonna hit you.
If I was your wife, I think I would be so anxiety ridden all the time that you're going to kill yourself. I mean, what does your wife and your kids think? Do you tell your kids, don't do this, you have to be a certain age before you do what dad does?
I read a lot of books to my kids. It's I mean, I've been together with my wife for 18 years, so she knows, she's seen the whole journey. And I think sometimes I even think that which one's the crazy one? So she's definitely a wolf in sheep's clothing.
Like, do your kids see the stunts that you do?
One morning I started a vlog, because I do daily videos. I started a vlog. I've been looking at my roof and my pool, and I wanted to do a good old stunt, so where I light myself on fire. And I ran from my roof, did a big Superman front flip into my pool. And that was about a minute before, when my kids woke up, they heard something from the roof, and they came out and they see Daddy flying through the air, fully in flames, land in the pool. And then I just went to them, that's a professional thing. You can never play with fire. Dad does it because Dad is really good at it. But I also tell them that, you know, they gotta find their inner passion, whatever they want to do. Like if they want to be police, or if they want to be a doctor, just go for it.
Go for what you love.
Like what Dad does, if you end up doing what Dad does, you get a bit tough. If you're gonna be dumb.
Do you ever say no to something that maybe one of the other guys comes up with, where you're like, no, I can't do that? Or is everything just like, sure, let's try it? I
think everything you have to feel. Like whatever you're about to go into and start doing, you gotta feel it. Like I would never say no to under peer pressure. And big lesson I think I'm trying to teach people is, because we collab with a lot of these digital people or with younger kids, when they come over here and we're like on the roof and we got a stunt mattress down below and I'm doing a flip into it and somebody's there like pushing their limits. I always tell them it's more brave to say no under peer pressure than go for it, because, you know, you can take risk, but don't be reckless.
Yeah.
So being reckless and taking being a risk taker is a big difference. Recklessness gets you hurt every single time, and that's just stupid. So check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Now, you have done, like you said, you collaborate and stuff. So you've done stunts with like Roman Atwood, the Jackass guys, the Try guys. Is there anybody out there, celebrity or YouTuber, that you would just love to collaborate with and just bring them over and do a stunt with?
I love whomever I can walk out of their comfort zone. So I'll drop in somebody I know. Howie Mandel. How we doing?
Get him to touch something.
I would love, because every time I know him, I've been in meetings with him. Every time I go in there and I say hi, I go like, and he comes over. He's like, oh, "Are you sick? Are you sick?" And I just love that little mind game of helping somebody take the leap of faith. And the way you know, people are afraid of things they don't know about. So that's why I had Alex Wasabi in my house, who's a big creator, big YouTube star. And I had 2 alligators in my pool. We went swimming with them. And afterward, we're like, fine. We handled them and we swam with them. I mean, obviously they were not 6 feet, but they're like, you know, 1.5 foot. it's still big.
That's big enough, okay? It's big enough.
Because I'm a big believer. I want to make myself scared. I want to feel. I want to live this life. And for example, dreams. If you're not afraid of your dreams, they're not big enough.
Hey, listen, I even told the publicity people when they contacted me, I was like, listen, I will go and do a stunt with him as long as it doesn't involve spicy food, because I can't deal with that.
Me neither. I'm from Finland. Spiciest food I eat is
listen,
like
I saw you with that lollipop.
Oh, God.
You lasted like maybe 10 seconds. And I was like, I literally would have lasted 2 probably.
I've ended up eating... I've eaten Carolina Reaper pepper. I've, had a habanero eating contest, all these hot sauces, and the toe of Satan, which is like made from the extract of the spiciest peppers.
When I saw that, my eyes were already watering.
The first time I did it was when somebody sent it over, but it was after we've done all these like sour challenges.
Yes.
I already had bleeding gum, and I had it in my mouth for like, I think 5 seconds. But then... afterwards, I ended up challenging the other Dudesons in Finland to do it, and I promised if you can make it up to 5 minutes, I'll do the whole thing. They lasted for 5 minutes, so I had to do it again. And the way I did it, I'm like, all right, I got this. How am I gonna do it? So I just went for it, and in like 10 seconds, I chewed it, and I swallowed it all.
Oh no.
And that's when the pain started, like when it went in here, and it just felt like my belly was about to burst.
It's just, to me, I
hate spicy food.
The spicy food, I just couldn't do. And I don't think that I could do anything with like animals. But other than that, I would love to come over and jump on some bubble wrap, on a bubble wrap trampoline or duct tape trampoline. Like, I'm all for it. I'll even be like the referee if that's what you need. I'll be in the car and down to you.
We should definitely set it up. I mean, we have this great... Since you don't like animals, we have this great bit with rattlesnakes. We wanna take rattlesnakes and have them attack at balloons that are wrapped on us.
Okay, well, I will hold like the time clock. I will video. I will do whatever. But it's very much like Fear Factor for you guys.
It's a dream factor.
My heart races when I watch your guys' stuff. When you shot like the Legos at the summit, I was like, oh, like I could just feel it. The other things like jumping from the roof, I would probably do that. But certain things I'm just like, I'm like, are they high when they're doing this?
That's the Dudesons inside you talking right now. That's what we like. Like some of these things we do, like jump on a trampoline full of Legos. I've stepped on a Lego. My kids play with Legos. It hurts like a
They hurt so bad.
But then you get this idea of, trampoline, Lego trampoline. I'm on, like, should I jump from my roof and land on these Legos? Like, well, why not? What is it going to do? I'm not going to get that. Or, like, at least I have a story when somebody's going to ask me. I can say, yeah, I've stepped on a Lego, but I've also jumped on a trampoline full of Legos from my roof.
Now, wasn't it your brother that broke his back?
He is, we're all mothers, our brothers from different mothers.
Okay. But he was I think wouldn't that be probably one of the worst injuries somebody in your group has sustained? Breaking your back is pretty crazy.
Yeah, and he broke it in a really bad way. I broke my back twice.
Oh my God.
But not in that way, but it was pretty scary. And what happened to him? He did a car stunt, but the stunt coordinator messed up, had a wrong kind of suspension, and everything was bad. And then when I broke my back, we just had this fun game we played where we took a ladder. I climbed up, and then somebody would let go from the bottom, and I would fall down with the ladder like, wah! But I fell in on a wrong position that my back was curved. And it just kind of snapped one of the bone bridges going from vertebrae to the spine. But that was scary because when I would like walk, I would lose feeling in my legs. So those things are serious.
Listen,
I didn't do it meaningfully. Like I'm going to break my back.
The worst injuries I've ever had I was riding my bike when I was like 6 years old, and I was racing my neighbor, and I slipped from the front of the driveway all the way to the back, and I split my chin open from here all the way up, and I had 56 stitches, which is why I have a little indent right here, and I had to have plastic surgery, and my doctor's name was Dr. Chin.
Oh no, really? I love that.
So I was 6.
Great.
I remember I looked like Leatherface, like my whole face was covered. And then I recently, like 2 or 3 times, I've thrown my back out. So I can't even imagine what it's like to break your back. Just throwing my back out, I got off the couch holding my nephew, and I was screaming, somebody come get the baby. Somebody come get the baby. I couldn't move. I was up north, and I had to drive 5 hours from Northern California back here to LA. And I was like driving in the car like this with a back brace on. And then like 6 weeks later or something, I threw it out again. So I can only imagine what it's like, because I was literally crawling on the floor in pain, calling like on my phone to have groceries delivered to my house because I could not get off the floor. So I can only imagine. Awesome. Well, definitely look forward. I look forward to seeing all your videos and somewhat living vicariously through you, watching you get hit and run over and everything else. But I'm totally down to come one day and watch you guys in person. And I thank you so much for your time. Where can everyone follow you on social media?
So you should check out youtube.com/Dudesons vlog, DUDESONSVLOG. And then Instagram tells there's a very personal story of me, JUKKADUDESON, Dudesons.
Awesome.
That's it. But we do, funny that you mentioned the live broadcast, because the way we want to, we love live. There's only one take. And you really get to interact with your audience in a way that we play a game, and let's say there's 5 buckets and there's a toy alligator under one of them, and one at a time we take a turn, step behind the table, and we ask the viewers, okay, give us numbers.
What? Yeah.
The number we see the most, that's the bucket I'm going to take. And
or the bear mace when you guys did
three, and then so we give the power to the people, to the Dudesons family, and they say 3, I pick up the bucket number 3, there's an alligator, I'm gonna take the alligator bite. So that's
I think it's really cool. I mean, I honestly, the way that you're able to have interaction, I mean, I like, TV shows and stuff like, people compared you guys to Jackass, but you guys were around at the same time. But it's just that you kind of take it to a different level, being able to do things live on Instagram or on Facebook Live, and I'll be watching at work and I'm able, to kind of like play along. And that's the part that I like. It gets me amped up, like, okay, go, pick number 4, pick this. So it gets me excited in what's going on, and I feel invested in what you guys are doing. So I appreciate that.
Like even in the big perspective, we want to make everybody feel and find that hashtag I'm a Dudeson in themselves, where we're not just making them laugh or enjoy, but actually make them say their dreams out loud and start taking those surprising little baby steps towards them. We want to make a movement that people will change their lives and surprise themselves.
Step outside of your box, and take that chance on something. I think that you guys do that, and you do it really well, and I just enjoy watching it and seeing what you guys come up with next. And it's just very cool. So I thank you so much for your time and being on Miz Hollywood. And like I said, I'm ready to go. So just like, let me know and I will be there.
All right. We have a pool full of rattlesnakes waiting for you. Thank you so much for
maybe next time. Maybe a different one. All right, Jukka, thank you so much, everyone. Watch out for him on YouTube. Go check it out at YouTube Dudesons. So thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for watching Miz Hollywood. Remember, right foot forward.
Peace, love, and happiness.